Hi friends, let me take this opportunity to introduce to you Dr. Rohan Goel, rank 7 PGI May 2018. It's a great rank to have in a Central Institute top 10 rank. Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So how are you feeling today?
So I am feeling very good, and most of all relieved that all this struggle has, come to an end, and it paid off. My hard work paid off.
Yes. I think in the mid-year exams, the first feeling you get is relief.
Yeah.
Then happiness because at least you're not playing the entire game again and at least it gets over here.
Exactly, exactly. So means the things have not gone well in November, and then you again start the same things, and you start your preparation with the idea that okay, mid-year exams plus you have to you have to consider time and speed, and then after all the hard work, the concentrated hard work you put in all these 4 or 5 months, and when you get results, then it definitely feels good.
So you were a student for our AIMS TND batch that we had run in the mid-year from January to mid-year.
Yes, sir.
So how was your experience with the batch?
So my experience was really good. So the TND helped me to achieve my goal in the way that it gave me a path to tread on, so that I can prepare accordingly the tests which were given. So that my goal used to be that I have to do the test and prepare for that test. So that my preparation was going on along with the test, and so there was a path on which I can walk, and do not lag behind, because sometimes it happens that we tend to give more time in initial months to some particular subject, and then later on we don't have time to prepare that well for other subjects, so lacuna are there. But when you follow the TND, so those lacunas are covered. So you feel that okay, you have done this subject, and you can actually monitor your performance also in these tests. So that is how TND helped. Plus at the end you actually need notes to revise, because revision is very important. You study, you make concepts, but at the end you actually have to revise all those things, otherwise that wouldn't matter. So the TND helps me in my making my notes, and so that in the end I had notes to revise quickly, in 10 to 15 days. And also the test, the TND gives you those topics. They introduce you to those topics, the trends of the topics which are actually coming in the exams, because uh, it's important to do the previous stuff also, but you also need to know the questions which are to be which can come in the exam which you are giving. So, and also the subjects are so vast that on your own you may lag behind in knowing doing some topics. So the TND helps you to cover all the aspects of that particular subject, so you don't lag behind in anything, any topic.
Any particular teachers that you remember today that in the TND batch, where test and discussion batch, where the discussion was, you were very impressed with the kind of
Yes,
discussion?
sir. I remember Obs Gynae class, that was really good, and ENT Dr. Deepak. So I had always been scared of ENT, but his class made things easier for me. Good notes were there, and his way of teaching was also nice. And that was the first class of DAMS TND, and that was interesting. Actually, all the classes were really interesting, but these names are coming in my mind. So these two.
And what about the grand test? Did you utilize your in between you did some full course papers as well? Did you plan it like this?
Yes, sir. The grand test, I was doing them regularly, and because what I felt earlier was that I didn't practice that much. So the online TND, the online test which I got, and the grand test, so I made sure that I did all the grand tests, because they were actually keeping me in sync with my performance, that whether I am preparing well or not. And one thing I would like to say, that as student we tend to feel that okay, first I will read theory and then I will do test. So that is a wrong notion, because you won't be able to read theory completely of any subject. So your tests, you don't tend to do those tests. You say that okay, I'll do it later, but then that later time doesn't comes. So you actually have to see that okay, those tests are a part of your preparation. So consider those tests as if you have to do those just to rectify your mistakes, to see your mistakes, that where you are lagging behind the topics which they are asking, and you are not preparing those topics, so you have to prepare those and then improve yourself. it's not that you have to perform well in each and every test, because otherwise you are already a topper. So what's the fun of preparation? So you have to include those tests as if they are you're part of theory and they'll improve you.
Plus, they act like a thermometer to tell you where you are right now, where you're right now. You can titrate your preparation.
Exactly.
Yes,
So actually, it's a kind of motivation, also a booster when you see that okay, you have get X marks in this, but X plus 1 mark in the other subject. So okay, so you feel good that okay, I am improving.
yes. Yes. And did you utilize the Facebook group that we have where we keep discussing with students and doubt solving? Did you enjoy that experience?
Yes, sir. I did that because in this preparation you tend to get tired, so sometimes you have that free time, and you just open up the Facebook and keep scrolling. So though during that time, Facebook, you see DAMS questions in between, and sometimes the question catches your eye. You just read your concept. You don't realize that, but you end up reading that thing during your free time. So that really helps. Plus you can ask doubts also, you see the discussion, so that actually adds to your extra, it's an extra thing which gets added to your conscious as you prepare during your free time. So that was really good, thought a good benefit of that Facebook group.
So if I put it in a nutshell, that DAMS gave you the timetable to prepare for the exams. It
Yes,
gives
sir.
you test papers, discussions, doubt solving sessions, discussions, and doubt solving on Facebook as well, and plus full course paper with grant test.
Yes, sir.
And they put together, if they utilize to their full optimum level, they help you to bridge the gap between the the threshold and a top rank.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question here, Rohan, that you have a exemplary rank in PGI exam. It's like rank 7, top 10, which is a very, very good rank. So can I ask you, like, how did you prepare yourself for this exam? Like before the exam, PGI exam, what were you thinking? What was your priority in the last week? How did you approach the exam? It is the pen and paper, negative marking exam. How did you do the exam time management? Can you give some tips on all of this?
Yeah, actually PGI exam pattern is quite unique in itself, that simply positive and negative doesn't works in that. They have quite Duckworth-Lewis type of formula for that. So the thing is that what I feel that you have to do last 3 years PGI papers, and that is 6 papers altogether. And the thing is that you sit with a paper and pen with you, and you actually attempt first. The 3 hours are there, and you have the practice paper, so you do those and you do the circling, because in so many years we have lost that touch with circling, which we did like 5 to 6 years back. So that thing you have to do. Plus then after the exam, you have to look at the questions very carefully and see the options, because they are consider those as topics, and and those 5 options are the 5 points of that topic, so you know that. And PGI people are very incorrigible in just repeating the topics, and they repeat a lot. Like it's not that 5 or 10, but 20, 30, 40 in fact you can actually expect from PGI people who repeat very frequently. And if you are thorough with that, then it can add to your advantage. And so by doing this, you actually get familiar with the pattern also, and you get familiar with the technique which you have to a temptation which you have to do of that particular exam. Plus actually that day on which the exam is, the temptation, that your mindset, that is very important. You have to be flexible. Don't take the viewpoint that okay, average 2 or 3 I have to attempt for every question. That is a very wrong notion. You actually have to think that okay, you know everything, believe in yourself first, you know all the concepts, you know everything, and whatever you feel like, that will be correct. You have to consider this. And then you are doing the questions, if you feel that okay, 1 option is correct, do that. If you feel 5 options are correct, do that. If you feel that there is no option you are feeling that it is correct, then leave it. So the best bet is around 500 options, which is the best bet. So you do that. That notion that okay, average 2 I have to do of every question, they don't distribute the answers like that. So you may actually get the questions, 3 questions with 5 options. So 15 options are done. And sometimes you may feel okay, one options. And this time I actually found that okay, many questions had one answer. So you have to read very carefully the question, those 5 options, and you have to actually maintain your speed also. Time management is very important. Last time actually I missed many questions. I didn't have the time to look at. So I actually made sure that I managed my time very carefully. That was my primary motive actually. So in first hour I attempted like 100 questions, second hour 100. I planned accordingly, and in 2.5 hours my 250 questions were done. So after that half hour which was left, I looked at the questions which were not I didn't answer in the first go. I tried to mark, one option or 2 option, or I thought that okay, I needed some thinking in this question which I didn't give earlier because my motive was to complete the test. So then I attempted those. I was able to, add, 5 to 10 options you can say by that time. Then I looked at the questions in which I had marked one option. So accordingly I proceeded, and by the time I had reached the question which had 2 options, I was exhausted and time was over. So this is how I attempted the question, and I would recommend question paper, and I would recommend the people to attempt accordingly, because time management and believing in yourself and not having a predetermined notion to attempt on an average this many options. So you have to take these 3 things in account while attempting this
Actually, it's
paper.
very beautifully summarized by you, because they, usually it's like total 500 odd choices which are right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that in each question there will be 2 correct.
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes,
I have
sir.
seen myself, sometimes there are questions which have no answer.
Yeah.
There are questions which have 1 answer.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes 2, sometimes even 4, sometimes even 5.
Yeah.
So it is very beautifully put by him that don't be go with a prejudiced mind. And plus, he in his when he was revising the paper, if you notice, his strategy is very beautiful. That he first revised questions where he did not mark any answer.
Yeah.
Then the 1 mark, because then you can increase your scoring.
Yeah,
and then the 2
exactly.
mark, because the time is challenging. You can't revise all the questions at
Yes.
times. It is very, so that strategy is critical. Probably that is the reason you are here sitting today with rank 7.
Thank you, sir.
That his strategy during the exam is exemplary. He went about PGI exam in a very, very meticulous way. And if you notice, just week before the exam and before that, he was doing PGI papers, looking at the previous papers,
Yes.
but doing them as if he is doing a paper, so that he gets optimized with the thinking process,
Yes, sir.
as
Yes.
well as the marking process.
Yes, sir.
And plus, he saw each question as a topic, and in PGI, the topic repeat is very, very important. You can't miss out on them. So this is in a nutshell about PGI exam. And that is the very unique exam. In India, it is the only exam where more than one answer is correct, where the negative marking percentage is very high, and you have to have that strategy becomes more important. Like for example, in the last November PGI exam, he could not finish the paper.
Yes, sir.
And now he is with a rank 7 only because this time he had entire planning was done well. Plus he revised everything in the 6 months. That is again an important factor. But his planning was much more better about the exam this time
Yes,
around.
sir. Yes, sir.
So you have to keep this in mind. If you are a future PGI aspirant, please, listen, rewind the video again, listen to what he is saying. Every word what he is saying matters in the PGI exam. Now, Rohan, I'll put you in a hot seat, and I'll ask you to say something motivating for future aspirants, because I feel there is a role for your mindset as well. It is you had a strategy, you had a revision plan, you made notes, everything put together, but still there is something even extra to that.
Yes, sir.
So that is, can you, convey that to future aspirants somehow, that, maybe they can get some spark from what you say?
Yes, actually, I think this will be the most important part of this interview, because I feel that during my internship, that is last year, I wasn't able to perform that well in exams because my mind was not focused. And as people say that it is very difficult to read during internship and you don't get time. So, I was incorporating those things, and I would say, okay, I won't get the rank in this exam, and that is what happened. So, so after the exam, I thought that okay, I was thinking that I would not be able to do it, and I wasn't. So then after the exam was done, so then I thought that okay, I have to do it. So all the doubts which were there, those got cleared, and then I just planned things accordingly and set my path to okay, that I have to achieve this. So this feeling that okay, you have to do this. It's not that you want to do this, you just have to do this, and you can do it. That is very important. in between it is very the instances may come when you may feel low, you may see your friends on Facebook, going somewhere out, and then you may feel that okay, I'm sitting here, I'm reading all the time. And actually, especially this is important during mid-year exams, because you have very less time. It's not that you have 1 year to prepare, you have only 4 to 5 months. So you have to read a lot of things and you have to start from the scratch. So during that time, being motivated, and that motivation will come from your inner self only. You actually have to set your goals right, that why do you want to do this, why did you join MBBS for the in the first, in the first go, that why, what do you want to become, where do you see yourself. Once those things got cleared, as they did for me, that okay, I was feeling very bad about my exam results earlier, so so now I have to do that to make me feel good. So that is the motivation which came, from inner core of myself. So you have to find it within you. Nobody will say that for you. So your family will be with you for that is for sure. But yes, you have to believe in yourself and plan things accordingly, and plan, smartly. So smart study, hard work, and that determination, that will help you.
So put it in a nutshell that you win in your own mind first,
Yes.
then the real victory happens.
Exactly.
And in internship, he did not believe that he will win.
Yeah.
So in the end, he could not win. But now that he had already put that victory in his mind that I have to win, you win. So probably I also want to add here a small line that if this belief he had created in himself in internship itself,
Yes.
do you now think that the paper was doable?
Yes, sir.
Paper was all about common sense. You could have done it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, the
So-
papers which are coming these days, they are more of common sense. You read the stuff, that is fine, but I think only 50%, 60% you are able to do that with your knowledge. What they are testing is your practical skills, that matlab how quickly you can make decisions just based on your common sense. So that is they are measuring. So if you think that okay, if you have not read, so that is means a false notion. Okay, you do read, but that is not the only thing which will get you rank. You actually have to be, very smart. You very, meticulous during the exam when you are attempting it. So that will actually pay more. And the all the noise which you get during these preparation days, that in internship, that work is there. My friends have cleared it, so that is no reason. They are also human, we are also human, they have also the same time, we have also the same time. So you have to actually remove that noise, just focus, and you will get it.
And to conclude it here, I'll add a line here that whatever you're hearing from people that internship you're not able to do it like this, these are all your own inner insecurities speaking to you. You close them, everything becomes over, and you suddenly have a clear mind, a clear path, and you know what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are insecure, the noises will increase. Whenever your security level goes up that I want to do it,
Yeah.
the noises will disappear and you do it. And this is example in front of you. PGI rank 7, May 2018, Dr. Rohan Goel. He's done exemplary well. I would take this opportunity now to congratulate him on behalf of the entire DAMS team. And I would also convey my regards to his parents, because they play a significant role in the achievement that he has today. And I would wish him all the best in whichever branch he pursues in the Apex Institute, one of the Apex Institutes in the country, PGI Chandigarh. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.